Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Goodwood Racecourse here on Friday. It is the 2nd of August 2024. Gonna look at the stakes action, the group action on today's program from Goodwood. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for racecourses around the world. And also join me today and tomorrow for my Saratoga previews. Today you have a good race with the Saratoga Oaks, so go check out that preview. And check out my Saratoga Whitney preview tomorrow. The Whitney is probably, the second biggest day at Saratoga over the summer when the premier dirt stakes races on dirt for older horses. So I hope you go check out that preview, and you have some other good races on the undercard there. But good card today from Goodwood. So we're going to look at the group races 2 and 4, the 225 and the 335. The 225, the second race, it's the Group 2 Bonhams Thoroughbred Stakes. It's a Group 2 event for Class 1 horses, going for $127,000 purse. Races for 3-year-olds only. We have a field of 10 horses going 1,600 meters or a mile on the turf course. My top selection here, I'm going to go with the number 7 horse lead artist, 791 in the Tricast Trifecta. 791 Tricast Trifecta. Top selection, 7 horse lead artist. This 3-year-old colt by DeBowie here. Jonathan Gosden trains. Kieran Schumark gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the 11th of July at Newmarket, a mile in the Sir Henry Cecil Stakes, and he finished third by 3.5 lengths that day. He just kind of stalked all the way around the race course. Alan Musmak really had some good form coming into that race with some serious class relief from his race before. He was fresher. He had the turn of foot to win. This horse, off the 2-month refreshment, I do think he needed the race. He just he needed that extra turn of foot up the hill, which he didn't have. Also, I think the soft ground got to him. Going to see a little bit quicker ground here today. He'll be more forwardly paced from the rail. I think he could turn the Eternals on almost smack today. He ran 2-back terrifically at York, 1 mile in a Class 2 novice race where he won by 4 3/4 lengths, and from a tracking trip, when he got the lead in the lane, nobody was catching him. Won on cruise control. That was a very good outing. He got out of the race, out of the stalls quite nicely also, because on debut, if he got out of the stalls, he would have won on been a maiden breaking winner at Newmarket on the 18th of April. 1 mile in the Rolly Mile in the Class 2 main race. Finished second by a nose. He didn't get out of the gate so clearly, which probably caused him the victory. He had to be quarter horse to get good position out of the gate. He really closed up well late. The winner just had the jump on him, but he ran his heart out that day. Refreshing here off some decent runs. I think he could win. I'm going to use him on the ticket. I think the 9 horse Socialite for Tom Marquand and Charlie Hills can win also. This 3-year-old colt by Too Darn Hot here. Most recently, that Sir Henry Cecil, he just kind of, was in La La Land most races racing by himself. He kind of yielded late, finished 4th by 3 3/4 lengths. Hopefully he could be more into it early on, like his first 2 races. If he's more into it, he could win. He's more into it in a Class 2 novice race at Doncaster over the 7 on the 1st June. Winning by 1.5 lengths, basically on the front end. He really got the job done. A little drifting late, but that wasn't a bad race for him. An all-around good run for him. Prior to that, at Leicester on 7 furlongs in Class 4 main race in May on debut, he won by 1 1/4 lengths, and again, seeing some good fractions on the front end. He really had the turn of foot to win. Like I said, if he's more into it early on, I think he could win. He could be one of these late developing 3-year-olds as the end of the 3-year-old season campaign ends. I'm going to use him on the ticket here in the play spot. But to recount my selection for the 4th now, or the 2nd now, whatever race we're up to, got good with the 2nd race at the 225. It's the Group 3 Bonhams Thoroughbred Stakes. We're going to take the 7 horse lead artist as a top selection. Give kudos to the 9 horse Socialite. 791 Tricast Trifecta, 7-9 in the multi race. Let's get to the 4th race now, 335. It's the feature. It's kind of a local preparation for the 9th rope coming up in about 3 weeks' time, I guess. The 4th race, the 335, it's the Group 2 King George Qatar Stakes. It's a Group 2 event for Class 1 horses going for $402,500. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. Fields of 13 horses, a baker's dozen, going 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs on the turf course. I love the 9 horse Big Eves as a top selection. 936 in the Tricast Trifecta for me. 936 Tricast Trifecta, top selection. 9 horse Big Eves, 3-year-old colt by Havana Gray, 3-year-old colt by Blue Point here. Mike Appleby trains. Tom Marquand gets them out. Most recently, the King Charles II Stakes at Ascot, 5 furlongs on the 18th of June. He finished 3rd by 3.5 lengths that day, and he was with them early on. He had a little bit turn of foot. Asfoora just had the jump on this horse late, who really ran a terrific race from Australia to get the job done. This horse, she ran her heart out behind an older horse that day for the first time. Back facing older horses here today, drawn very very well on the stand side. I think he could find a trip to win. 2 back in the West Style Stakes at York, 5 furlongs at 16th of May, was a success for him. He won by 1.5 lengths and a 57 cents in a dollar. He basically won on a tracking trip. A very good race that day. He won again from a tracking trip at Santa Anita, 5 furlongs in the Brews Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint, winning by a half length. From the inside, he stalked a little bit bumpy out of the gate, but he was a little bit wide late, but he got the job done going around the bend. A very good race that day. Even the Flying Childers Stakes at Doncaster over the soft ground going 5, he basically won out of the gate. That was a very good run. He won here last year at the festival in the Molcombe quite nicely. I'd used a lot that day, but that's really was his coming out party. After that, ran against Older Horses in Nunthorpe, where he ran okay, but then he completely hit the wall against Older Horses. But I've seen worse race from him. But refreshing here at 9-2. I think he could win. Seen worse race from him. Seen worse race from other horses and that kind of spot. But he's been pretty good since last year's Nunthorpe. He'll probably be a favorite coming into this Nunthorpe. We'll use him here. I think the 3-horse Asfour is a very classy mare from Australia for Flying Artie. Ocean Murphy's on this one. Most recently, the King George over the 5 at Ascot. The horse won by a length that day, and this horse basically won quickly out of the gate and had enough stamina to win that day. An all-around good race. First start in the UK in the Temple Stakes at Haydock. She probably need the race that day. She finished 4th by 2 3/4 lengths, which just kind of yielded late. And also the soft ground got to her. Her races in Australia before that weren't bad at all, where she was running these quick 5 furlongs and in Sydney and in Melbourne. Refreshing here today at 335 here at 3-1. I think he could win 335. But to recap my selections now for the 4th, the 335 from Goodwood to Group 2 King George Qatar Stakes, we're going to use the 9-horse Big Eves. Give kudos to the 3-horse Asfour, 936 Tricast Trifecta, 9-3 in the multi race. So good luck to them. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.